Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to this new video. Today I am showing you my next semester setup in my study journal. If we are counting this one, I have been doing these study journal setups for the past 3 semesters of my university time. And basically it's just a place for me, or a separate journal for me to add my timetable to and all my deadlines for assignments and such. And then during the lectures I can just take some wild notes in there. But at the start of the semester I always set up a few pages for like organizational stuff. And that's what I'm doing here as well. Except this is my very last semester of my bachelor's degree. And that means it's time for me to do my bachelor thesis, or in my case, we are allowed to do a bachelor project instead, which means that I'm going to be filming a documentary and then just write a shorter documentation about the whole process instead of just a large literary bachelor thesis, which is really cool. But that means that this setup is a lot more focused on me planning this video, this documentary that I am filming and producing, rather than any standard study journal spreads. So I apologize if this isn't something that everyone can recreate. But if you are also planning a project of any kind at this moment, then these spreads might be something for you as well. If you like some more standard ideas for your study journal, I will link my other video that I've made for the last semester for you above. But now for the actual spreads that I did. I started off like any normal bullet journal setup with a cover page and a quote page, for which I doodled a TV camera, which was actually harder than it looks. And then on the next page I did an overview of the 4 months in which I am doing my project. And those are October, November, December and January, which means that by the time this video goes up, I am already using these spreads and working on my thesis or project. And then after flipping over, I started on my timeline and deadlines spread. Basically, the top part of the page is just a place for me to jot down any research or filming appointments and of course the deadlines of when I have to hand everything in. And at the bottom of the page, I am doing a timeline where I can just visualize a little bit more when all of the above appointments and deadlines are. For decoration, I'm mostly doing these doodles of clapperboards and rolls of film and other things that I automatically relate to filming and videos. But the doodles are very simple because in my study journal I never go all out art-wise. That's what my regular bullet journal is for. And the color scheme that I chose was just simple black and white with some yellow accents. Next up, I did a drawing of a larger clapperboard, and that's where I will write down all the most important basic information about my project, like the official name of the project and the documentary, who my examiners are, and other stuff like that. And then on the page next to that, I moved on to a contact list for any of my protagonists who are going to be starring in my documentary or my examiners, and I'm gonna write down all their emails and phone numbers and just anything I need to contact them. Next up, I did an individual planning space for one of my actual filming days, in which I created a lot of space for me to write down any details about the location and who's going to be present and what I have to bring and all of that, what material I want to get that day. And the design for this is really simple because I had to recreate this exactly 4 times, which you can see here, because I have 4 filming days in total so far. And now for the final 2 spreads. The first one is an editing planner. It's just a pretty much blank page where I can write down any notes and my plan for editing the whole thing, which is going to be a lot of work, so I needed a planning space for that. And of course, if I need any more space, I will just create new spreads as I go along. And my final spread is design-wise the exact same thing, except this time I am planning my written documentation of the whole process of filming and creating the concept and editing, all of that. And for that, it's just another pretty much blank space for me to plan out anything I need to remember. And that brings us to the end of this video and the final flip through of all of it. I'm quite happy with the result. It's definitely not as artsy as my normal setups would be, but that's fine for the study journal. It's mostly about functionality. But of course, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and seeing me create this setup as well. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. Maybe hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet to not miss any more videos from me. And of course, be back for my next video, which is going to be my November plan with me. Bye!